2014 Korean qualifiers. This is the first qualifier of two. Once again, I will state that Pewee will be casting tomorrow, I believe, so make sure you guys check out these games then. Oh, Rogue. Oh, you've satisfied my OCD in so many ways with this drone stacking already. I don't even want to do introductions. I just want to sit here and sit amazed watching these drones mine for the close mineral patches. But, alas, we must cast this game. It's a best of 5. I'm Rifkin, casting tonight with Zombie Grub. And Zombie Grub, why don't you kick off these intros?
Alright then. In the upper left as the red Zerg, it's Janair's Rogue.
And his opponent in the bottom left, none other than the meching Terran himself, the blue Gumiho.
Huh.
Blew himself.
I blew myself.
I'm sorry about the drone stacking obsession though, guys. You have no idea. There's very few things in StarCraft 2 that bother me more than close mineral patches, and to see them so well done is impressive.
Oh, right, true. I was like, was there in Rogue League? No, it was other Janair Zerg. True has moved out from Janair Wings. Anyways. So, Gumiho doesn't build a supply depot randomly. Like last game.
Not that it seemed to matter to that game either.
It didn't, but it's such like, okay, I gotta tell you a story, right? I've been laddering for like 2 hours, but I faced nothing but Protosses. So I finally face a Zerg, completely forget, and make, you know, the supply depot not at the front. And that's the one game he 6 pulls. I'm so mad. I was like, no, I'm done. I'm done laddering.
Is Gumiho like tabbed out? Why he dropped like 0 APM there?
It's probably like, I don't know.
He's like, I gotta hear Zombie Grub's story. Oh, there's a billion on-stream rats, and that's why he tabs back in.
his boobs collapsed on him again, so he had to, like, you know, take a chill.
Oh, wow. Was that? Yeah, that was Gumiho, wasn't it?
Yeah.
that felt so bad, that gif. Oh, my goodness. I doubt that probably hurt as much as it was just, like, the WTF factor.
There's no way to make it look like, you know, like graceful, you know?
You get hit in the head by anything. Is there anything where you get hit in the head and it looks graceful? I mean, let's be honest here.
One time I tripped over the racetrack in a track and field meet, and instead of just like falling on my face, I did like a barrel roll, not a barrel, like a tumble.
You like tried to recover. You did like 3 cartwheels into like a faceplant.
That's exactly. I just tumbled, and then I got back up, and everyone just like started clapping around me, and I was like, "Damn, this is the moment I'm gonna remember for the rest of my life."
The one time I've ever done cartwheels is there's this place in Whistler. Whistler's, of course, the ski mountain place, etc. We're going down, and I totally bailed hard and messed up on the timing flats. And the timing flats are called the timing flats because it's basically a steep drop down, so you can go as fast as possible. And I basically cartwheeled like 9 times into spraining my neck. It was pretty bad times.
Wait, ski or snowboard?
Ski.
Oh, you're such a loser.
Yo, my cousins are like Olympic skiers, yo. So they don't.
Skiers just look dorky. That's another thing that you can't look that
There is
graceful.
such... Okay, if you ever think like there's hate for Protoss, let me tell you about snowboarders versus skiers. Holy crap. Like, I know. It's insane.
My family's snowboarders, so we found our like rivalry kind of thing going, I guess. Skiers, no snowboarders, no skiers.
Whatever.
Whatever, man, whatever. Alright, we got a couple of Marines. Was that the second pair of Marines? So yeah, 4 Marines are out. He's getting up to a starport. We might see that the drop. Yeah, this is the first time that Gumiho has actually really mixed up his builds, opposed to just 3cc or that Banshee opener we saw.
I mean, that first game I did was so eerie to just how exactly that played out versus life. But yeah, I'm gonna change this up on Nimbus. I mean, I kind of like this too because at the same time with this choke, it's really hard to just constantly run Hellions up here. You know, eventually Queens will be sitting there or Roaches, and breaking that's not easy.
Let's not forget Supernova. If Rogue does take that 3rd down there, that's an easy access to just like nah, can't catch me type of elevatoring. It's so annoying.
Yeah, abusing this cliff has proven to be an issue, but well, we'll see. The medevac's on the way, so we will have Hellions elevated up to possibly the natural. I mean, there are going to be 4 Hellions in play here. One of the big questions is, oh, these Lilies gonna catch one of them? Maybe? No.
Does Rogue scout this? You know, he saw 4 Marines, I think, because they're trying to kill the Overlord. They need to kill the Overlord. So he might have some coming.
It's not an elevator. Remember so many Marines he had stocked up behind us. He's just going to go straight across the map. And I kind of feel like a consolidated push here is going to work out fantastically, because right now Rogue's on his way to
Either
Roaches,
or.
but he doesn't have anything to play with. So what's the threat to Marines but Zerglings? And, well, the Hellions are here to keep those at bay.
A lot more times that I think this attack is happening, we've seen people put down Baneling Nests as opposed to Roach Warrens, but obviously neither one is ready, so he's just going to lose his third. I don't know.
I mean, he wants to force a fight here at the ramp because the Zergling's going to be choked out behind the Queen.
Seriously choked out, and the army's about to finish. Those would be Hellbats. That's some dirty tricks right there, Gumiho.
Okay, well, there's a lot of Hellions here in the front lines. Marines are gotten upon, but it doesn't really matter because the Hellions cover them. Not a Marine dies just yet. Chance is going off with the Queens here, but finally Roaches are on the way. But for those who don't know, Hellbats need more damage than Roaches, and they splash.
And the Queens are all going down too. The Spine Crawler is trying to move down here to help. The Roaches have come out, but he can just focus fire the hatchery, or just take on the Roaches. Either one.
I like that he segmented a couple Hellbats off. Like he's gonna get both, because of this. The ramp working against Rogue because he's choked in a very small splash environment. That Spine Crawler can't root. He keeps trying so hard.
Usually the first thing we see is that they target on the medevac, but the medevac has gone untouched so far. It is out of energy, which is not necessarily a good thing for Rogue, right? It's done a lot of healing. With the Spine Crawler down, that's going to be enough with the Roaches, but he lost a third. He lost a couple of Queens, and he might lose more drones.
Yeah, Hellions make it into the third. There's nothing here to stop them. The Queen pops out.
Oh, no. No, please split more.
Line them up.
There we go. That's not so bad. That's not so bad.
Oh, now he's stacking them to run to the main.
He's good.
It's always scary. Medevac will save these.
A couple of Widowmines on the way out. He hadn't gotten a scout in the main, so he doesn't know if those are Roaches, emergency Roaches, or if there's maybe a Spire as well back there. That
this is Medevac with the
it is Bio, by the way. Stim has been researching for longer than 10 seconds, and there's 4 barracks on the way.
Of course, it's because they introduced him as a meching player.
Yeah, of course.
But this is okay. Let's go back to this room because I've referenced this several times at this point. Gumiho, we've seen some cool mech play and all that, but he still plays Bio well. It's not like he goes mech because he can't do another build. I mean, it's just something that works, and I guess changing it up for this last game in the series potentially. I mean, he is 1 game away from locking this down and qualifying.
I'm gonna be so mad, by the way. I thought this was gonna be 5 mech games. If it's gonna be 1 long game and 2 15-minute games, I'm just gonna be too wired from this Red Bull to go to sleep. Oh, the timing, please. Rogue, bring it back. Make the Red Bull worth it. I don't really know if he can though. I think he's still expecting mech? Has he scouted? Oh, he must have scouted the barracks. Yeah, okay, he saw the barracks.
Yeah,
so he's still gonna go
a lot of barracks,
yeah, so he's still gonna go Roach Hydra. He never did on a Baneling Nest. Okay, so it's gonna be Roach Hydra. Gumiho, I think, knows it, gets that precautionary bunker. Is also transitioning into tanks as well.
So I think when it comes against Roach Hydra, tanks are good up until Blinding Clouds. That's when I think Widowmines really start taking a big leap forward as far as effectiveness. I mean, it was kind of a joke because once upon a time, you guys might remember there's a North American player named HCO Mario. He would go mass Widowmines versus Roach Hydra, and it was kind of stupid that it worked. They're really not bad now, especially if you pair them up with Bio, especially with the new splash damage values attached. But we'll see what Gumiho decides to do with this is really scary to go up against Roaches in general, but Roach Hydra especially.
Yeah. Hydras aren't anywhere close to being on the way, though, and he does take this fight for a little while. Can always pick up once he realizes he's done as much damage as he possibly can. There we go. Picks up everything he can.
Heads towards the natural. There's a Spore Crawler waiting, but actually just going to go for the Overload kills instead.
Yeah, probably a smart move. Everyone expects that that natural to be dropped, so they put a Spore Crawler in. It's pretty good. 16 drones on the way, really trying to make up for that early loss that he got, but Gumiho, his upgrades are going to be farther ahead, so that Roach Hydra 2-2 timing isn't really going to be there. He's going to be going into a choke. Look how Gumiho is making the SimCity. That's cool.
Right, I was actually going to say that is really cool, because, you get the factory right here, which is good in the first place, but the depot's on top of it. There's even a sensor tower behind.
Okay. So this is what I thought Rogue was going to do, because he must realize that timing, that really powerful timing is probably not going to be there again. So he's just going to go straight up to what seems to be Vipers. He throws an Amortization Pit. Got to expect he's going to try and get Vipers and really make the suddenly make this tight corner that Gumiho is setting up work against him by the Blinding Cloud just covering so much. Well,
this Benefac's not getting a lot done. So here's the thing about Roach Hydra, right? Just objectively speaking for a moment, guys, a lot of it comes down to the concaves and the spreads and whatnot, but for both sides of the party, there's not really a direct counter. And we talk about this so often, but it's usually just whoever has more units wins. I mean, tanks are really nice and they help the splash damage and whatnot, but if you've just got too many Hydras, you're just going to bust through even the tanks. So for Gumiho, it's really important that right now he's going to be taking some skirmishes, but he can't over-dedicate. Because while Marines come out a lot at a time, Larva mechanics are always going to beat you. Every single time.
Well, what's important about this is not only, of course, clearing up creep, but it's also making Rogue fear an attack. So he's, instead of just going straight up to a hive, getting as many, like, 4 Vipers that you'd usually do, maybe instead he, you know, has to make units, because Gumiho gets 2-2 and he starts attacking, and the Vipers, you can't really fit that in, right? And Gumiho is going to start attacking. The 2-2's almost done.
Yeah, it'd be kind of cool. They're not at all cost effective, but I would love to see a player try to utilize Ghosts against Roach Hydra sometime.
Gumiho was the only player, by the way, who tried to use Ghosts against Infestors during the Breathlord era, so...
Yeah, well, I mean, that's partially why I bring it up, but also just, like, that bonus damage that they have is huge versus the Hydras. Plus, they got that massive health pool that actually soak hits. I mean...
I don't know if I'm gonna do that, but... gonna get this 4th basically for free, but it's gonna be a base trade.
Yeah, gonna go for it. I think, defensively speaking here, Gumiho... Oh, these things actually not sieged up. I was gonna say, he had a couple siege tanks, maybe holds this bit, right? But busts right on through. So if it is going to be a full-on base trade for base trade, it is worth noting that Gumiho could float some of these buildings away, maybe try and install it out.
Yeah, I think this favors Gumiho, right? So they're both going to trade out so much in their main, the bases, but suddenly Rogues going up to Hive doesn't, like, the Viper's probably going to die before they can ever help out.
Oh, there's vision, though, so I just move right on top of it, but... you know, the SCVs trade themselves out, but I think his production is going to clean this up, and I don't think it's going to be the other way around. I think Gumiho is about to win this game.
I do as well. You know, at the very end of a base trade, you still have to worry about fighting the actual army too, and Rogue just isn't as good. And those Vipers, I believe they died. No, the Vipers survived. How much are they really gonna help?
Can you imagine for a second these Woodbines were off cooldown and those drones just pulled the way they did? Oh my god.
That'd be awesome. I mean,
it'd be awesome for
not
Terran
for Rogue.
player.
Not for Rogue.
Yeah, I mean, I was kind of hoping Rogue would take this to game 5 after recognizing what happened in game number 1, but this is looking really rough. He could build several hatcheries. He's got the money for it, but as you pointed out, he's got to fight Gumiho's army, something I don't think he can do. He's got just too little supply. Gumiho did enough damage holding. I mean, that's the big thing. Like, he didn't win, but he's got planet. Oh, he made a planetary. When did this sneak in?
Okay, but here's what's important, right? So that's usually kind of a cool move, but the Vipers did survive. I thought for sure they would pop out of the eggs and they'd be miscontrolled and they would just die. But instead they survived, and there they are.
I truthfully don't think these Vipers are going to be that big of a deal. The planetary is huge.
No. Well, they can use it on the planetary.
Well, I mean, Planet Cloud might go down, but I mean, this planetary is still 1,500 health.
It's gonna be much harder because the Vipers are so good when your opponent was like tucked into that corner where 3 Blinding Clouds covered all of the bio plus the tanks. Now Gumiho, obviously you might lose the tanks because they're not that fast, but the bio...
Blinding Cloud. Okay, this actually is gonna go down.
Yeah, the Blinding Cloud, so... It's not gonna be able to save the planetary. Planetary doesn't really help out that much, but it does come down to the army versus army fight, and I still think Gumiho's gonna win that one.
He kept an orbital on the bottom left. So even if you lose the
SCVs... The upgrades are even, whereas usually at this point, Gumiho would have, gone to 3-3 if his engineering base weren't killed, obviously.
Alright, so what's left building-wise on the map? Is it just this hatchery? Could he just, swan dive the hatchery?
Well, he can also try and take this engagement. He has to be so careful about the Blinding Clouds, though.
I like that.
I don't know about running in the Blinding Clouds. I thought he was going to run away from the Blinding Clouds.
You kind of have to. Oh, man, this is going to be so down to the wire for both players. Tank's doing a lot of damage on siege, but...
run, buddy!
Disengage! 3 Marauders, 3 Marines versus 9 Hydras and 2 Roaches. 2 tanks
oh my god, he's gonna find this hatchery? That was a Marauder in there, I think. He finds the hatchery.
Siege tank, siege, please.
Oh my god, Blinding Cloud the siege tanks.
Oh my god. Okay, well, another hatchery's built, so it's not like he dives this to win. Mule's gonna be down to repair, by the way. Not for BM, but simply to repair.
He gets it, but he's gonna lose that tank now. Oh my god, he's gonna lose that medevac. Oh my god, he's gonna...
Oh no,
he ducks the wrong one. He ducks the wrong one.
Command Center, no.
Okay, suddenly Gumiho looks like he's not going to win this, or unless he gets the last hatchery. Oh my god, if he gets the last hatchery.
No, he builds another hatchery.
If he can continue this about 4... No. Because he's always going to cancel.
He kills no cancel.
Cancel it?
Kills no cancel.
If he can get 2 more no cancels, he does win, I guess.
This is so dumb. This is so dumb.
I thought Gumiho was going to do like more hit and run tactics with that big army instead of...
Oh, I was gonna say, because he could build some bunkers, right? But no.
Okay.
Okay, so it picks up some of the drones. I
I'm
mean,
feeling good about Rogue right now. Then? Yeah.
it's looking better for Rogue right now, but Gumiho's got a better chance of recovery.
That's true. That's true.
Because I mean, the thing is, like, what you build like 4 bunkers at the top. He's got a lot of money to work with still. Does Rogue know about the bottom right though?
And the thing is, he does,
Okay.
right? The Overlord was there, but whenever Rogue leaves his hatchery, Gumiho could technically go and try and kill it.
Gumiho's
But
gonna play the defensive game, and that's not right.
yeah. Of course,
It's such a low amount of units.
He doesn't know that there's a second hatchery somewhere in the top right that we can't attack both the bottom left and the top right. So
Yeah.
defensive is what he thinks is the only way to win.
Abduct the Marine. Oh my god, it sounds so dumb, but this could be so worth it. There's only 3 army units. Don't.
Oh
Okay.
wait, does Gumiho's army win this? Because there's like the Hydras get focused and the
2
SCVs was
Marauders,
barely
2
enough, and the medevacs are so important as well. Wait,
That's why I'm saying abduct the Marine. It sounds so dumb and so silly, but he's actually gonna build a bunker as predicted. He's got an orbital command
God.
center on the way. Gumiho, are you gonna do this, man? Are you
is he
gonna?
really? Okay, his army is consolidating. Okay, that wasn't his entire army. Okay. I don't know.
There's the
He's
abducted
gone, he abducts
Marauder.
the Marauder. When do you ever see this happen?
This is the only time it's gonna be
Oh,
effective.
the micro's trying to go down.
GG!
Oh,
Rogue
we're so close
wins!
to the bunker finishing too. Oh my god.
Rogue wins!
Oh my god. Right then.
All right, well, this gives us another game. Fantastic. We're gonna hop into game number 4. I love when stuff like that happens. That's always my favorite.